Hi everyone. Now recently we had the Fall RV Show in Abbotsford. It's actually called the Snowbird RV Show. Now typically the show tends to be smaller than the one held in the spring, so Mickey decided to skip and I went out and took a look at a number of the RVs that are out there. Thought I'd share with you what I saw that day and then some other video that we took while we were out at a local RV dealer. So I hope you enjoy this video. Now, I enjoyed the show as always and took a look at a few of our favorite RVs like the NorthernLite 811 truck camper. And a special shout out to Jason from Canadian Energy and his wife Lori, who both stopped by and said hello. And we got a chance to talk a lot about lithium batteries. This time I decided to really focus on two RVs that seem quite popular right now. Both are small Class Cs, both around 23 feet, and both are very similar to each other. Clones almost, with only minor differences. I'm talking about the Granite Ridge, which is listed at 22 feet 11 inches, and the Winnebago Ekko, which is listed at 23 feet. Both are based on the Ford Transit all-wheel drive chassis. Now this is more just an overview, as I only had limited time in both. Although Mickey and I did get a chance to spend some time looking at the Granite Ridge earlier at a local dealer's lot, and special thanks to Kenny Rogers at Travelland RV for his time. Now, as you may be aware, the Ekko was released a few years ago, and it was quite popular right from the start. Jayco appears to release the Granite Ridge really as a direct competitor, and it's very similar, but with a few interesting modifications. The Jayco also appears to be the same as the Entegra Condor. In effect, it's the same model, but they're just selling it under a different brand. So first, let's talk about similarities in the coach, starting with the price. At the time of the RV show, both of these were priced around $250,000 Canadian. Not exactly inexpensive. Floor plans are very similar. As you can see, there's a small but different dinette in each of the two units. They each have twin rear beds that can be converted into a large bed if you want. Both have a wet bath and a cassette toilet. I know some people like cassette toilets and some people dislike cassette toilets. There's pros and cons to both. And Mickey and I recently enjoyed a video from Fit RV where they showed how you can disguise a cassette toilet so it looks like you're actually pulling a suitcase full of clothes behind you instead of, well, you know. Both RVs are designed as extended season RVs, hence cassette toilets, gray tanks, and a water tank that are all inside the RV, so are passively heated. We also saw some stats from the Granite Ridge Condor version that notes that the roof has an R24 max value, the floor has an R9 value, and the wall has an R8 max value. So relatively well insulated compared to many RVs. I don't think it's likely these stats are too different from the Ekko, but I don't know. I didn't get a chance to confirm that. I also think that getting close to 4-season capability is a key feature for these RVs. That and that they both have a lot of external storage, especially with their main feature being a large heated multi-door access garage that's at the rear. Folks who like bicycles would be happy. Other stats are similar. Fresh water is 53 gallons, gray is 51 gallons. Those are stats from the Granite Ridge. The Ekko is listed as something very similar, but slightly less. So what is different? Well, on the inside, the Granite Ridge doesn't use any propane. The heating is done instead by a Timberline hydronic heating system. So think of it more like radiant heating system that runs off the vehicle's fuel supply. The Ekko, on the other hand, uses a propane-based Truma Vario system that heats the air directly. Both can work well, but interesting, the folks at Fit RV recently converted their Ekko into the Timberline system. The Ekko uses propane for cooking, whereas the Granite Ridge uses an induction cooktop. Of course, you could easily add an induction cooktop to your Ekko if you wanted. Both actually come stock with a lithium battery of approximately 320 amp hours. Plus, each has a generator, which runs off the vehicle's fuel. The Ekko actually offers an option where you can replace the generator with a second lithium battery. And we did note in some of the literature for the Condor, noting that this option will be available on their 2025 model. Stock solar on the Granite Ridge is 360 watts and 455 on the Ekko. Externally, the Granite Ridge has a van compass lift that, as I understand it, gives us a bit more clearance for everything on the coach itself, as well as it has an improved, more heavy-duty suspension system. It also comes with aggressive all-terrain tires stock. And you can see that little bit of extra clearance underneath. I was surprised because even the generator had quite a bit of clearance. I did ask Jayco what the actual ground axle clearance was, and they noted that it was around 6.5 to 7 inches at the rear axle and closer to 10 at the front. One of our viewers noticed when we posted a photo of the Granite Ridge in our community section that this additional height and the aggressive tires likely comes at a small reduction of fuel economy. Probably correct. One other minor difference I noted, the ladder on the Ekko is actually built right into the back, whereas on the Granite Ridge it folds inside and can attach to the roof rack along the side of the coach, I think. One option in both is an outdoor kitchen. It's actually got a propane stove and a fridge or freezer if you want to cook outdoors and not be bothered with a small stove and then carrying some things outside. I suspect this likely adds a fair amount of weight, but in this case, if you were going to use it in the Granite Ridge, you'd also need to add a propane bottle, and they actually do have a space for that as well. So that's a quick overview of the two RVs. And I'm sure I've missed several things, and if you think they're important, please note them in the comments below. Overall, you can see that these are very similar RVs, and at least on first glance, seem to have similar build quality and do offer that extended season capability that we often talk about in our videos. By the way, Winnebago also has a version of the Ekko that's based on a longer Mercedes-based Sprinter platform. And the folks at Fit RV, I've noticed, often amusingly refer to that as the Sprecko. Now, we haven't seen one of these to date. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you please give us a thumbs up. That really does help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. And Mickey, Finch, and I will see you next time.